Good morning to everyone, and welcome to the second info session of Afropean Intelligence. My name is Ramona, and I'm here today with my colleague Aurélie Delaterre. We are both from Gluon, and Gluon is the coordinator of the Afropean Intelligence Project, and we are also responsible for its residencies program. So for any questions, you can always reach out to myself and Aurélie. We will share our contact details at the end of this session. And Gluon is a Brussels-based organization for artistic research at the nexus of art, science, and tech. And we have been a long-time partner in the European STARTS program with over more than 10 years of experience in the organization of cross-disciplinary projects. But now I would first like to introduce you and welcome you all and go to a quick round of introductions or introducing the partner institutions who are here. I will just call out their names so that you can recognize them for later on. So I would like to welcome Oscar, I saw here from Gallery of Codes. I think Jean is here as part of the Académie des Beaux-Arts in Kinshasa. I also saw maybe Itambo from Critica Art Projects. I saw also Jean from Critica Art Projects. There's maybe Aymen, Nouri, or Khadija from Interference.
Yes.
Hello. There's
Hi.
Ahmed, Mohamed from Pizzeria, and there's Lodi, Neo, and Joy from Fakuhesi. And then there's Céline from Chronique in Marseille. There's Isabelle and Pauline from the Museum for Central Africa in Tervuren. And there's myself and Aurélie. So today we'll focus on the introduction of the partners, their locations, and the connected challenges. After we will go into breakout rooms where you can ask your questions directly to the residency host institutions of the challenges you are interested to apply for. Last week, we already had a first info session that guided you through the application process and the practicalities regarding the residency program. So if you missed that session, no worries. You can find the recording of that session on our STARTS YouTube channel. And we will share the link in the chat later on. So I suggest that we get started. We will make this very short, but as said, we will have more time afterwards to discuss individually in the breakout rooms. And of course, I would also like to remind you to please check out the challenges booklets that you can find for downloads on the project websites of starts.eu, where you can find all the 10 challenges as well with a very detailed description, the required languages for this residency, the date of the online jury day, as well as further resources provided by the residency host institutions that guide you a bit deeper into the topics of the challenges and that can also inspire you for writing your application. So the first organization is Gallery of Code, represented here by Oscar. And to make sure we would not have any internet connection troubles, we made a small recording, so I'm gonna play that. So bear with me.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Oscar. I am the head of innovation at Gallery of Code. So Gallery of Code is a multidisciplinary research, technology, and innovation company. And we focus on the impact of art, science, and technology and the convergence of all three in society, and specifically also in thematic areas such as food security, education, and healthcare. So I would run through quickly about the three residencies that we're hosting together with Gluon, uh, who are the twin institution we're working with. And I would quickly share my screen because we have just 5 minutes to run through these three residencies. I hope um, that is sufficient time here. Okay. All right. So I am wondering, I hope everyone could see my screen. So we're hosting three residencies. The first residency, the challenge is intercultural AI, weaving worlds through arts and algorithms. And the thinking behind this residency really is about the cultural biases that exist in AI right now. And the worry is that as AI advances rapidly, these cultural biases would only increase. Now, we can
We
see
can
that
see
most of
that
the large
most of
language
the
models
large
and AI systems, they tend to tilt towards, first world context, towards a cultural bias that leans towards English speaking developed cultures. The challenge with that is that there would be a lot of exclusion of other cultures. So this particular residency is inviting artists to interrogate what intercultural AI can look like. How can we tap into data structures that exist, or if they do not exist, how can we create them that are culturally sensitive? So this is what this particular residency is about. So we're looking for artists who are we're happy to apply AI in very innovative and creative ways, and also other emerging technologies, well, like augmented reality, XR, machine learning, and new emerging technologies in very beautiful ways. The outcomes can be installations, it could be exhibitions, it could be prototypes. And we believe prototypes are always very wonderful to have if that's the outcome. Why? Because we also want the outcomes of this residency to be valuable for the wider discourse of AI advancements around the world. Cultural biases exist not only in an African context, but it could be applied in Asia, it could be applied towards indigenous settings and marginalized communities and things of that nature. Okay, so that's the first challenge and residency. The second challenge and residency that we're hosting is titled Data That Nourishes AI, Food, and Nutrition. Now, the thinking behind this is that there is a fragmented data infrastructure that exists right now across the food system in Africa, right? These are mostly promoted actually and tried. A lot of institutions, mostly international institutions, are the ones working across Africa, trying to provide data, whether it's data such as climate data, farming practices, data on seedlings, data on harvesting, and things of that nature. They exist, but it's quite fragmented. However, on the other hand, we also have local knowledge that has existed for thousands of years. Farming communities in Africa have, they've been farming even before the colonial era, several long time ago. So how can we curate, preserve, and find the linkage between land, community, and food and nutrition with this local wisdom that is indigenous? They've predicted, the rainfall for thousands of years. They've been planting for thousands of years. So how can we tap into that knowledge? And using AI as a medium, how can we curate that data and interrogate these linkages? The outcome can be prototypes. It could be data sets. It could be an installation that triggers thought and conversation. around this particular issue. Now, the third and final residency that we are hosting is titled Plural Computation. And this is really a call to reimagine our geographical spaces, rural urban spaces, either from a post-colonial perspective and also simulate alternative futures, alternative narratives, and explore what our immediate spaces could be like. So we have support from a network of institutions, both locally here in Nigeria, across Africa, and also internationally with our European partners. So these are the three residencies and their challenges. We're excited to welcome you artists. We're excited to look at all your wonderful proposals, and together with our network of partners, we'll be happy to support your effort and encourage a wonderful outcome at the end of the residency. Thank you.
Thank you, Oscar, for recording and presentation of the three challenges. So next we'll move to Pisariye.
Yes, that's us. Hi, thank you, Ramona. Hi, everyone. Happy to be with you today. So my name is Ahmed Nagy. I'm one of three co-founders, and I'm the managing director of Besaria for Arts. Besaria for Arts is an art space based in Alexandria, Egypt. We work in visual arts, music, and our main focus is new media. We started in 2017. A little bit about Besaria is that we started in 2017, and we've had different programs, but our flagship program is our residency program, Besaria Air. So Besaria Arts is a residence program provides 3 cycles per year for thematic residencies. Each one is 3 months long, and we're happy to have our two challenges for this year are the archives and memory, and as well as the psychogeography. I'm gonna walk you through a little bit of both challenges, the two residencies that we're partnering in with Khoniki. So for the first challenge, archives and memory, it's a challenge about how we keep, change, and remember the history. We want artists to examine how history are being told or presented or even sometimes mispresented. Archives, whether old photos, stories, or official records, shape what we know about the past, but memories aren't always complete. Like, there are always something missing about it. And this is what we try to invite artists to rediscover with us. Archives can be rewritten, can be controlled, can be misinterpreted. So or this residency raises the question, what gets remembered and what gets forgotten, and who decides what is the archive and what is the story? So that is the first theme of the first residency. And the second one is psychogeography. This challenge looks at how places affects the way we feel or think or move. Because like every space we have, whether it's a city or a street or a rural road or a hidden corner, has layers of history, emotions, and it also has like its own power structures that shapes our experience or the experience of people who live in the space. So how we navigate and understand these places is influenced by the culture, technology, and politics of the narrative that is going on in this space. So we invite artists to discover all of those influences that eventually influence our interaction with the city or our interaction with space. Also using AI, this is a great factor because AI now is a part of this form of digital maps and data tracking, digital tracking of people living in the city, in the space, moving in the streets. So it changes how we see and interact with the world. We invite artists to like delve more deep and try to understand what does that mean for our sense of place and also our sense of freedom. And yeah, those are the two challenges. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Thank you, Ramona.
Next is Psychogeography, and I'd like to ask Lodi to present the challenge.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lodi Matsatela, and I'm the program manager at the Fagugesi Festival. I'm also the program manager.
Are you hearing? Sorry, I'm not hearing.
No, me neither. She
Okay.
mentioned earlier that there were connectivity problems. So maybe we can
Are you able to hear me now?
yes,
Okay, apologies for that.
no
I'll
problem.
quickly just repeat what I said, and I'll make it quick because we're having some connectivity issues this side. My name is Lodi Matsatela. I'm the program manager for both Fagugesi Festival, which is the digital innovation festival based in South Africa. It's 12 years old this year. And I'm also the program manager for our incubation and training program called Digital Labs Africa. I was saying we're very honored to be hosting one of the residencies this year and many other STARTS and Ars Electronica activities for who might ever be participating in the challenges this year. So just in short, our challenge, which is challenge number 6, is called zAzI, which is a play on the word ukwazi and ukuzazi, which means to know or to know oneself in Zulu or any of the Bantu languages. We have several languages in South Africa. And it's an African educational AI model. Now, I don't want the word educational to be didactic and to be taken literally, but really what it means is that it should be interactive. And in its interaction with whoever might be interacting with it, a person be able to learn basically how AI algorithms and data inputting works. So it should be able to be used by individuals from different generations, in an effort to make the technology of AI something that is familiar. And once it is familiar, then individuals are able to advocate for themselves when it comes to the biases and the harms of AI. And so rather than this faraway thing that takes place and people are like, we don't know what AI is, and or it remains in the generative chat GBTs of this world, to demonstrate how else it can be used. And of course, we want an artist to bring this aspect of it alive. So the educational part, take it with a pinch of salt, because what is going to make this challenge work is the artist practice, be it a practical form, a digital form, or even a literary form. Whatever your practice is, you bring it to this process and you understand that a young kid who we enjoy having at the festival, an intermediary professional like myself, and my grandmother should be able to engage with this interface, will to a certain extent understand how AI works. So we invite artists to collaborate on this model. It's interactive. It must reflect your artistic practice. It must serve as a learning tool for all ages. It's going to demystify, in particular, how generative AI works, and you must bring your African context to the process. So if your is inherently speaking to your space, your heritage, and your culture, we want it forefronted in whatever we might collectively create in this digital space. And through the residency, then we can demonstrate the potential of AI as a tool, creative or otherwise, and also demonstrate the fears and ethical questions it raises. And so that's what we invite people to do. Please don't take it too seriously. It must be something that we can all engage with. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lodi. Next.
Hello.
Yes, hello,
Yes.
Khadija.
Hi, I'm Khadija. I'm a curator and project manager in Interference Tunis. We are an organization based in Tunis, more specifically in the Medina of Tunis in Tunisia. We work at the intersection of contemporary art and dialogue with cultural heritage, but we have a focus on ecological and social urgencies. So our main mission, let's say, is to make art accessible to everyone, and we do that through projects in public space, residencies, and many other kind of programs. In that direction, our challenge is called Beyond Borders, AI, Climate and Resource Justice in Africa. We've been focusing a lot on ecological and environmental issues, but also on water scarcity since like now 3 or 4 years, and also about forced migration, as we are living this in Tunisia, and we wanted to raise these topics and to put it on the table, let's say. So through this open call, we invite artists to reflect on these problems when it comes to resource scarcity, climate-related displacement in Africa. So we really invite artists to think about it, to maybe share their vision, to propose ideas on how to change the word vision, let's say, and how we can make it. We accept all kinds of formats when it comes to the visual artworks. And the outcome will be exhibited in the Interference Festival in 2026 and beyond, probably in other projects. And yes, that's it.
Thank you. Then next is Pratika Art Projects.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello.
We can hear you. Hello.
Okay. So, I'll speak in French in order to be comfortable in my explanation. Je suis Jean Kamba, je suis critique d'art et directeur exécutif de Critique Art Project. Critique Art Project, c'est un projet basé à Kinshasa et c'est un projet qui a été créé premièrement dans une optique axée sur la revitalisation de la pensée critique dans notre écosystème local d'abord. Et avec le temps, après avoir constaté aussi qu'il y a un manque de beaucoup de connexions entre les côtés scientifiques et les côtés artistiques, on a élaboré des programmes ou des projets pour pouvoir reconnecter les côtés universitaires, les côtés scientifiques avec les côtés artistiques. C'est ainsi que dans nos activités, nous avons souvent recours aux anthropologues, aux philosophes, aux historiens, aux archivistes, parce qu'il y a un besoin local fort. Ces besoins, nous cherchons, soit ces solutions, nous cherchons à les adapter dans un contexte, bien entendu, local, national et international. Alors, en ce qui concerne notre challenge, c'est Lukasa numérique. Les Lukasa, c'est une tablette numérique ancestrale qu'on trouve chez les peuples Luba. Les peuples Luba au Congo, on les trouve. D'abord, c'est un royaume qui a été créé dans l'actuel Katanga, mais qui a migré jusqu'au Grand Kasaï. Donc, ça prend, il y a même certains qui disent que ça part de la Zambie jusqu'à Maniema. Donc, au Maniema, bref. Alors, nous avons trouvé que cette tablette a plusieurs potentialités et dans cette tablette, on peut trouver des connaissances axées sur la géopolitique, axée sur la cosmogonie axée sur l'architecture, axée sur les pouvoirs ancestraux, spirituels et consorts. Et toutes ces connaissances, nous avons trouvé intéressant de les réactiver à travers cet appel à candidature pour que les artistes puissent réfléchir afin de les adapter au contexte actuel, avec des problématiques actuelles qui sont, on peut dire, des problématiques qui sont mondiales aussi. Par exemple, la préservation de la nature, par exemple, la gestion politique, la gestion scientifique. Ben, on peut aussi dire qu'on est en train de spéculer parce que on est, oui, au courant de ces connaissances, mais on n'est pas totalement sûr de leur existence. D'où l'artiste qui viendra pour pouvoir effectuer une résidence ici chez nous, à Kinshasa. Il ira aussi à Mbujimaï, mais on ne sait pas, peut-être c'est expérimental, peut-être il ira aussi au Katanga pour raconter les Bamboudiers qui étaient une sorte de classe sociale qui maîtrisaient, soit qui manageaient toutes les connaissances qui détenaient les Lukasa. Actuellement, les Lukasa sont dans des musées et dans des collections privées. Ils sont devenus des œuvres d'art, ils sont devenus des objets ancestraux, ils sont devenus des objets de curiosité. D'où, au-delà des aspects artistiques, il y aura aussi des aspects liés au statut de ces objets, à la muséification, à la translocation, à la, on va aussi parler des problèmes liés euh, aux restitutions des œuvres d'art africaines. Donc, dans la globalité, les Lukasa, c'est comme une sorte de fenêtre ou une porte qui va permettre aux résidents de pouvoir explorer plusieurs choses. Mais au finish, nous aurons besoin d'une réalité concrète, donc d'un résultat concret qui va être soit une installation inspirée du Lukasa, ça va être la fabrication d'un objet électronique, peut-être. Donc, jusque-là, ce sont des challenges, comme les mots le dit. Donc, nous attendons que les artistes puissent aller au-delà même des limites que nous, on a fixées. Et c'est là avec l'aide de l'intelligence artificielle. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Jean. For the English speakers, please go to the challenge booklets where you can find the English description of this challenge as well. And pour les francophones, on a aussi la description en français dans le challenge booklet qui n'existe pas seulement en anglais, mais aussi en français. Then next is the Academy of Fine Arts in Kinshasa.
Bonjour, je crois que je vais parler avec le compte de Madina, parce que il y a un problème de connexion chez moi. Voilà. Je suis Priska Tonkwei. Je suis dans l'équipe qui coordonne à l'Académie des Beaux-Arts avec Jean Damas et Madina. Alors, nous travaillons à l'Académie des Beaux-Arts et l'Académie des Beaux-Arts est une institution d'art plastique et graphique qui s'occupe au fait, à, si vous voulez, à donner une formation moderne et pour les comptes de, je crois que je vais à Kinshasa, en République démocratique du Congo. Et donc, je vais aller directement pour des questions plus spécifiques sur c'est à quoi va porter nos challenges. Nous avons des challenges. Le premier challenge, c'est sur la provenance et mémoire sociale. Alors, les projets s'orientent beaucoup plus sur la question autour de, de la provenance et comment est-ce que les débats est actuellement orienté sur la recherche de provenance, comment conserver, comment restaurer ou restituer la mémoire et et donc ça, on a quand même une liberté, enfin, je vais dire une liberté dans des propositions que les artistes pourront nous produire, parce que c'est une problématique qui anime, si vous voulez, la République. On connaît très bien les contextes autour de l'histoire coloniale et comment, à travers l'intelligence artificielle, les artistes vont engager des formes d'art pour justement essayer d'apporter une solution à ces problèmes qui perdurent. Alors, pour ce qui est du futurisme et de la géolocalisation, nous avons ici une problématique qui est vraiment aussi, je crois que nous avons beaucoup travaillé sur des questions d'ordre social. Qu'est-ce qui fait en sorte que certaines choses n'évoluent pas dans notre contexte à nous? Et on a remarqué qu'il y avait un sérieux problème autour du fait que euh, l'organisation urbaine de la ville et si vous voulez, était très coloniale, qui date de l'époque, ce qui fait que la population devient dense et les problèmes autour de la circulation, les embouteillages font de plus en plus présence. Et donc, nous, on s'est dit, comment est-ce qu'à travers l'intelligence artificielle, on pourrait être appelé à résoudre des problématiques et apporter des solutions qui contribueraient à, si vous voulez, apporter une modification ou trouver des solutions en fait à ces problèmes liés à la circulation dans la ville de Kinshasa. Donc, je crois que vraiment, en gros, c'est l'essentiel de ce qui a été, euh, de ce qui sont nos challenges, mais aussi, il faut savoir que les artistes qui vont travailler en RDC vont avoir ce qu'on appelle, nous, des fixeurs, des personnes qui seront à leur portée pour leur permettre d'abord de comprendre et de contextualiser les problèmes et aussi les amener enfin, les aider au fait dans l'élaboration de leur projet tout en les accompagnant. Et on mettra aussi à leur disposition des salles ou alors une diversité de matériel qui permettra à mener à bien le projet. Voilà en quelques mots ce que je pouvais dire. Je sais pas, j'espère que j'ai dit l'essentiel là-dessus. Merci beaucoup.
Dina. So, before we go into the breakout rooms, I'd like to remind you all of the submission deadline for this open call. So applications should be submitted by 27th of June at 10 a.m. Universal Coordinated Time. With all the different time zones, we wanted to use a more universal time codes, but maybe this can create also some confusion. So that would be 11 in the morning in Tunis, Lagos, and Kinshasa, and 12 in Brussels and Johannesburg, and 1 p.m. in Alexandria. Please do submit your challenge on time. The application platform will close at 10 a.m. So all applications that are received afterwards will not be considered eligible. So if you have any doubts on the time zones, please consult the World Time Clock, and we will share the link of this application later in the chat. Also, please have a look at the documents that you can find online on the project website of Afropean Intelligence on starts.eu. So you have the challenges booklet that's available in both English and French. There's the guide of applicants, also available in English and French, which has all the practical details on eligibility and other questions related to your applications. We've also added an FAQ on our project website, and all applications should go through the online submission form. And as mentioned earlier, if you want to rewatch the info session on the STARTS, you can do that on the STARTS YouTube channel. And all these documents can, of course, be found on the project website on starts.eu. So if you have any general questions on the project itself or the residencies program, you can always reach out to myself and Aurélie. You can find our email addresses here.